You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
So Trump's trial is this week, and here's what's going on. In the process of paying off a porn star for her silence, Trump falsified business records and in concert with his presidential run, committed multiple felonies. The best he can hope for is that there's a distant cousin of Dairy Queen on the jury, but he can't win this as the evidence against him is voluminous and strong. But Tiny Finger's world is spinning out of control, and like the old doddering skin tag that he is, he's flailing and attacking everyone. His cognitive collapse, complete with his sleeping and farting in court, resembles a drowning man, grasping and reaching for anyone he can pull under with him as he descends.
Plenty of money to put up, but nobody is going to be putting up with this. Nobody is going to be listening or coming to New York anymore. Businesses are going to be fleeing because people are treated so badly. It's got to be the most unfriendly place to do business, and that's why businesses are leaving and people are leaving as migrants come in and take over our parks and our schools and everything else.
He's insane, and he can't even focus on one thought. Let's start with the money. Trump's court battles are draining cash from his election campaign. In the last year alone, donors have paid more than $76 million of Trump's legal fees, which is about 25% of the total raised. A PAC controlled by Trump has devoted tens of millions of dollars to his legal bills and could be running out of cash after spending almost $4 million in legal fees just in March.
Fortunately, I'm very rich. So I have a total net worth, and now with the increase, it'll be well over $10 billion. If you can afford it, chip in.
More than $1.1 million of the money they spent in March went to the two firms representing Trump in this hush money trial. But then, of course, Trump went off the rails, claiming again that people will be fleeing from New York because he's being prosecuted.
Businesses are going to be fleeing.
Grandpa Fruit Loops fled from New York because everyone there hates him.
Is he from New York?
Yeah.
He sound like he come from Alabama or some shit like that, man. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I think Donald Trump is one of the most dangerous things in politics today.
Yeah, I just don't see him being a very good president. I mean, you don't want him controlling nuclear weapons and all that stuff.
Where can I get one of them wigs to take home with me?
I said, I don't know nothing about him. I just know he's racist.
I think it's a tragic development for the United States that he is in any way accepted as part of the political mainstream.
But right outside the courthouse, listening to Trump, I think an insanity defense would have been a good idea.
Second of all, we have another trial going on right now. That's Letitia James. She campaigned on the fact that I will get Trump. I'm going to get Trump. And it has to do with a bond of $175 million. First of all, she doesn't want me to participate with financial companies in New York. So we have a company, I guess, based in California. It's a bonding company. And I put up $175 million in cash, but she says the bonding company's not good. She doesn't like the bonding company because she doesn't know if the collateral is good. And I put up $175 million in cash, and she's questioning the bonding company. Well, when you put up cash, and the number is 175, which is what we're supposed to be putting up, but I give it in cash, she shouldn't be complaining about the bonding company. The bonding company would be good for it because I put up the money.
Trump is rambling now, going on and on about his bond and attacking Letitia James in the process. So then Trump started tweeting his attacks at everyone from Biden to James.
4 years ago, I was a very successful and popular president of the United States. And in November, I went into the election where I received more votes by far than any sitting president in the history of our country. Unfortunately, the election was rigged and stolen, and our once great country has quickly become a nation in serious decline.
All right, if every time Trump called the election rigged was a drinking game, my liver would look like Giuliani's head.
They can try to steal the election.
But Trump says it so often that his league of MAGA monkeys hear it and they go out of control. Here they are right before storming the Capitol. So one more time for you brain-damaged hillbillies, 60 courts and 12 separate investigations have confirmed the results. You lost. Biden won. Sleepy Joe, he kicked your ass. And the fact that Senior Man-Titties can't even own the fact that he's never won the popular vote and never will is proof that you are fawning over a 5-year-old spoiled brat.
But the election was rigged. The election was rigged. Pure and simple. 2020 was rigged. It was a disgrace. We can never let it happen again.
Here's more from Trump's rambling tweet.
Tomorrow morning, I report to a New York criminal court for a trial on, somewhat ironically, election interference. ruled by crooked Joe Biden's DOJ before a corrupt and highly conflicted judge, a failed Soros-funded district attorney who didn't want to bring this case, which could have been brought 8 years ago, but wasn't, in an almost completely Democratic district.
Okay, everybody, you know this, right? It's a state trial. It's not ruled over by the Justice Department. That would be your other trials, Donnie. This is a state court presided by not a corrupt or conflicted judge, but by a judge with outstanding credentials. But of course, in Trump's backward world, honest is corrupt and fair is conflicted. And what's with the GOP stiffy for George Soros? Dude is in his 90s and he still makes Republicans nuts. And of course, Donnie Indictable, then goes all caps crazy.
Virtually every legal scholar and expert says that there is no case, no crime, no nothing. It's a sham, should not have been brought, except to try and damage Biden's political opponent, me. See you tomorrow morning.
My favorite line is, every legal scholar says there is no case. Trump loves this line and points to one lawyer, Jonathan Turley, an attorney who got his degree from a Nigerian email. His defense of Trump consists of fake news, everything's rigged, and then he drops in a Latin phrase to impress Trump's base, like, which loosely interpreted means, so Trump's late night tweet finished up with this.
The corrupt Soros-funded district attorney, Alvin Bragg.
He's not funded by Soros.
He's totally lost control of violent crime in New York. Says that the payment of the money to a lawyer for legal services rendered should not be referred to in a ledger as legal expense. What other term would be more appropriate? Believe it or not, this is the pretext under which I was indicted, and that legal scholars and experts cannot believe. It's also the perfect crooked Joe Biden narrative, to be stuck in a courtroom and not be allowed to campaign for president of the United States.
All right, this one is easy. It ain't a legal expense to pay someone to do something illegal, as Michael Cohen will tell you.
If anyone knows how Donald Trump speaks in code, it's me.
The polls are shifting as people who pay attention with their wallets are seeing the shift to Biden. But the real danger to America isn't just Trump holding the nuclear football. It's the white nationalist movement supported by Trump's inner circle of Nazis like Flynn, Bannon, and MAGA Nation.
The committee has learned from the White House phone logs that the president spoke to Steve Bannon, his close advisor, at least twice on January 5th. The first conversation they had lasted for 11 minutes. Listen to what Mr. Bannon said that day after the first call he had with the president.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. It's all converging, and now we're on, as they say, the point of attack, right? The point of attack tomorrow. I'll tell you this. It's not going to happen like you think it's going to happen, okay? It's going to be quite extraordinarily different. And all I can say is strap in.
Trump is a racist.
But people are coming from the Congo. Last night, we had 20 people come. Welcome to our country from the Congo. Where do you live in the Congo? We live in prison. Oh, that's right. They released them from prison. I don't think they wanted to ask what they did, but they're coming in from Africa.
Whose declining mental acuity has crept him closer to a primitive primate status than a cognitive human. Trump is more dangerous every day, and I'm not even talking about what happens if you light a match near him.
Who's with me?
Hi, what's up?
Time to pack it up. This isn't their Republican Party anymore. Am I wrong? Yeah. Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
Thank you so much for watching. You know, YouTube frequently penalizes my videos for taking on controversial subjects, hurting our ability to earn ad revenue, which we use to hire more hosts and make more videos. We think it's so important to make these videos now and expose the Republican cult. So please join us on Patreon. The link is in the comments. We literally can't make these without you. Thank you so much. For Really American Media,
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.